it's that time of year again, boys and ghouls. The time of the year where the days get shorter, the nights grow colder, the line between the physical realm and the spirit realm are blurred, and of course the Halloween candy that's been on store shelves for like 6 months now, or God knows how long, finally starts to sell out. That's right, it is officially October. Now, I know you guys may be expecting me to say that Halloween is my favorite holiday, but I just love every holiday in general. Christmas, you can basically open gifts or spend time with your family, however you want to view it. St. Patrick's Day is a holiday dedicated to my favorite color, green. Thanksgiving, you can gorge yourself without worrying about your diet for a change. And Halloween is no exception. A day where you can dress to whatever the hell you want, where you can jam out with a thriller, or a monster mash, whichever one is your favorite. Or, if you want, you can basically go door to door and get some good old-fashioned Halloween candy. Now, I don't really care much for candy, but there are two kinds of candy I like the most. Sour candies, which like sour Skittles. Oh man, that's where it's at. But my all-time favorite, chocolate. Anyway. Also, and on the subject of Halloween candy, for today's video, we're going to be talking about something that you may have seen before. Something called bite-sized horror films. Sometime around 2017, I think, Fox and Mars candy brands had teamed up to create bite-sized horror films with up-and-coming horror directors. These were basically 2-minute-long shorts, which have aired on various Fox networks for over a week, and are each presented by a different Mars candy brand. These include Skittles, M&M's, Starbursts, and Snickers. So for this video, I'm going to be ranking them from the least creepy to the most creepy, at least in my perspective. Now, bear in mind that this was not an easy thing to do. I had to rewatch some of these to see which one was creepier than the last. Trust me, it was a hell of a challenge. However, before we continue on, I just want to say that this will be one of many videos I will be posting throughout this month. I'm not going to make a video every single day because that would be a bit time consuming and there's some stuff that I want to do and need to get done. But anyways, this will be a month-long project that I'll be working on. So, like I said, this will be one of many videos I'll be posting. Like I said, I'm not going to make a video every single day. I may do, at least a few videos in 1 week, but no promises. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I want to say hello there, good looking. I hope you're having a good day so far, and if you guys like what you're seeing so far, then feel free to press the sub button, and don't forget to leave a like and possibly ring that Neutron bell. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so at the bottom of this list, we have the Skittles commercial titled Floor 9.5. This ad was directed by Toby Meekins and written by Simon Allen. In this commercial, a woman is done with her night shift and boards the elevator, only to be stuck between the 9th and 10th floor. And let's be honest, elevators can be scary in their own right. I mean, a lot of things can happen in an elevator, a lot of things can go down. Plus, there's that creepy elevator ritual game, which I do not advise you to play. Upon reaching this particular floor, she encounters a man who faces away from her.
I need your help.
This dude asks her for help, but no matter how close she tries to get to him, he just walks away from her. In fact, this guy even mimics just about any move she makes. Yeah, dude, what is up with that? Why are you walking away from her when you're asking her for help? I just don't get it. And also, I'm just gonna say it, but what is up with the finger twitch? I mean, honestly, what the hell is up with that? Anyway, after trying to catch up to the man, he then says this.
Turn around.
Yeah, now would be a good time for this lady to step off. Of course, as we learn in various horror films, people in those films are often prone to making some very poor decisions. I honestly have no idea why, but it's a very common trope in horror films. Nevertheless, she turns around and the dude is right in front of her. Honest to God, lady, you should not have turned around. So, feeling skeeved out enough, she decides that now is maybe a good time to leave, only for the guy to board the elevator, leaving her behind. And as such, this lady takes the guy's place. Wow, way to leave a lady behind, you ass. Eventually, though, another poor sap arrives at floor 9.5. So this young man asks the lady, by the way, her name is Amy in case you're wondering, he approaches Amy, and again, there's this damn finger twitch. Honest to freaking God, what is up with that finger twitching? I really don't understand it. Anyway, he approaches Amy, and the same thing happens to what happened to Amy before.
I need your help.
Unaware of the fate that this poor bastard has gotten himself into. And that's how the story ends. Now, I bet you're wondering why this ad is at the bottom. Well, allow me to explain. After watching this particular ad, it's been leaving me with a lot of questions. Like, does floor 9.5 even exist? How did it come to be? Was the man Amy encountered the first ever victim this paranormal event has claimed? Is there a way to put an end to this cycle? What exactly is the cause or the mastermind behind this strange event? So many questions, so little answers. Now, I get that there's a paranormal theme to that, so I can understand why this event is a mystery, but I'm the kind of guy that likes answers. Though, at the end of the day, if I were in a situation like that, I would simply go, you know what, dude? I'd love to help you and all, but I got things to do, so, good luck. Now, would I lie awake in bed at night knowing that I had some poor sap wandering in some endless purgatory? Yeah, I would. But it would definitely suck ass to be in that guy's situation. You know, now that I think about it, what would happen if Amy left him there? You know what? I'm not even sure I want to find out. So, you know those urban legends where they say where you drive down a dark road, park, and turn off all your lights, and all of a sudden a ghostly apparition appears? Well, M&M's must have done their homework when they made this commercial titled The Road. So, this ad was directed by Jack Bishop and Justin Najim? I hope to God I'm pronouncing that right. If I don't, please forgive me. In this commercial, a man, along with his teenage daughter and a friend of hers, drive down a road that is believed to be haunted. On a side note, for the sake of brevity, let's just call the daughter Jane and the friend Gwen. So after parking, Gwen here tells the story of the road that they're on.
This is the road where the ghost of a slain motorcyclist haunts those who call to him. They say once you've been touched by his light, he stays with you. Forever.
As you'd expect, Jane and her dad were very skeptical about this. So, being the absolute paranormal geek that Gwen is, she tells the dad this.
Blink your headlights. 3 times.
So, wanting to put an end to this crap for good, the dad complies. But, after the third and final blink, they see something far off in the distance.
2 and 3.
Oh my god, it's him! It's the dead motorcyclist!
I want to go now. No,
Dude,
I
told you it was...
Yeah, not exactly a good sign. Also, I just love how the dad tries to rationalize what they're seeing. Like, whenever you see something paranormal and you just try to come up with a very logical explanation, honestly, it's very relatable.
Girls, relax. You know what that is, right? It's the moonlight reflecting off the swamp gas up ahead. That's all. It's just an optical illusion.
Is it just me, or is the gas getting closer?
So, at this point, the dad decides that maybe now is a good time as any to get the hell out of there. The problem, though, is that his car won't turn on. All the while, the dead motorcyclist gets closer and closer.
Hurry, it's coming closer! Do something! Look at it! Closer! Hurry!
Hey, stop! Stop! Hey!
Yeah, at that point, they're pretty much screwed. Though, what happens next has gotta be one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Honestly, it looks more like they're getting abducted by aliens than getting haunted by a ghost. Anyway, after that brief moment, their car goes back on, and all is well, and they're free to go home. Well, they are going home, but with one extra passenger. And that's how the story ends. I don't know about you, but if I were in a situation like this and that ends up in my car, I would, honest to God, be shitting bricks in my britches and dying of a heart attack soon afterwards. Which is why I'm pretty much putting the road a step higher than floor 9.5. Because at least Amy in floor 9.5 eventually gets a way out. What happens to these guys in the road, however, it's a freaking life sentence. Honestly, if I had this ugly bastard haunting me 24/7, I would most definitely grab the nearest pistol and blow my brains out. Also, this one thing that really gets me is, where's the candy that these commercials are representing? I mean, floor 9.5 is the commercial for Skittles, and the road is the commercial for M&M's, so yeah, where are the Skittles or the M&M's? I didn't really see any of those. That was pretty much the only gripe I had about these. Anyway, moving on. Ever heard the phrase, the hunter becomes the hunted? Well, this commercial made by Snickers titled Live Bait is the prime example of that phrase. In this commercial, this man, who we'll call Billy Bob,
Hey, Mom! You skinny ass bitch! Let's roll!
is on a fishing trip. So Billy Bob puts the bait on his hook, he tosses the line, and casually waits for anything to nibble on. As he waits, the heat gets to him. Lucky for him, though, a beer can magically just pops out of the water. Of course, he rows his boat over to it, grabs it from the water, and for some ungodly reason, he cracks it open and takes a sip out of it. Now, this was a bad idea for two reasons. Firstly, he probably doesn't know how long it's been under there, so it may have reached past its expiration date. And secondly is, well, this. Damn, that's gonna hurt like a bitch. Yeah, that beer can was just bait, and Billy Bob just took it like a fish to water. And the moment this happens, the moment that hook launched into his mouth, yeah, that had to hurt like all kinds of hell. And I know this is irrelevant, but quick story. While I was in Boy Scouts, me and my whole troop were camping near this lake area, and a fellow scout made a makeshift fishing hook with nothing but a stick, a hook he found. No, this wasn't a hook he had, it was one he found, and some string, and the moment he tossed it into the water, the hook instead launched right into his hand. I think you can even hear the hook launched itself into his skin. Ugh. And yeah, this is a true story. I shit you not. And watching that bit maybe remind me of that moment at Boy Scouts. Anyway, getting back on topic, Billy Bob struggles to unlodge the fishing hook out of his mouth, only to be dragged into the water by whatever is trying to reel him in. Also, I don't know why, but this particular bit made me chuckle a bit. I don't know if they were trying to make the guy flop around like a fish or something, or if he was just pushed back by something. Whatever it was, it still got a chuckle out of me. In a desperate attempt, Billy Bob swims to his boat, only to be dragged on by the very same thing that's trying to reel him in. And that's how this commercial ends. Now, if it were me in that situation, I would obviously be panicking. For those who don't know, I do not like swimming in deep areas. If the water is just a good few inches above my head, that's fine. But if I'm submerged underwater with nothing to stand on and nothing to grab onto to get to the surface, not only no, but hell no. Which is why I think live bait is deserving of a high spot, because it plays on two different things. First is our natural fear of drowning. Whenever we're submerged underwater, we do whatever we can to get to dry land before we start drowning. And secondly is the fear of the unknown. Think about it, we don't know what could be lurking down in the deeper depths of the oceans. Well, technically this is a river, not an ocean, but I digress. I mean, think about it, we probably know more about outer space than in the deepest depths of the oceans. So, in a sense, this particular entry is a bit more close to home. Regardless though, I'll bet you'll never want to go fishing again after seeing this. Whew, boy. Okay, I'd argue that this final one is the most disturbing one in my book, and definitely is deserving of the top spot. For the final entry, we have the Starburst commercial titled Replacement. And I think this was the only one I saw on TV, either that or was as an ad on while I was watching YouTube. So, the story in this commercial is about a boy who we'll call Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimbo.
Sorry, that's my last reference, I promise. So, in this particular commercial, Jimmy is outside, running his own business, when all of a sudden, he comes across a doppelganger of himself. Now, for those who don't know, the word doppelganger comes in many meanings. Firstly, it can mean a ghostly counterpart of a living person, and secondly, it can refer to either A, a person who closely resembles another living person, B, the opposite side of a personality, or alter ego, or C, a person who has the same name as another. Even I have a doppelganger of my own. Seriously, I learned of this when a relative of mine posted it on Facebook. So, of course, Jimmy sets out to investigate. And ultimately, he and his doppelganger come face to face. What really gets me is that mask. That damn mask. Look at it. Just look at it. I swear to God. It's like a more crude and amateuristic version of Michael Myers' mask. But the way this commercial ends, I shit you not, it's what gets me the most.
Mom! Dad! Mom, I'm out here! Mom!
And that's how this commercial ends. Honest to God, do I really have to explain why I think this tops them all? Firstly, is that godforsaken mask. Honestly, it just gives me a really bad vibe. And secondly is the ending. Keep in mind, this is a kid who is the target for all this. He was just wandering around outside, minding his own business, doing titular kid stuff, when all of a sudden, this little imposter shows up and steals his life. And to make matters worse, his family doesn't even seem to notice. Though what really creeped me out was the part where the mother shuts the window as the boy screams for her at the top of his lungs. Plus, you can tell that she is looking directly at this boy. I mean, just look for yourself. I mean, for God's sake, does she even see or hear him? And please note, this was a kid going through all of this. Trust me, if I were in a situation like this, I honestly don't know what the hell I would do. And I am an unemployed 26-year-old with Asperger's syndrome. Now, I don't know about you, but me personally, a lookalike stealing the life you once had, that's just very, and I mean very disturbing. Which is why I personally believe that Starburst's bite-sized horror film truly deserves the top spot. So anyway, that is the video. If you guys like what you saw, then feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, and feel free to hit the notification bell. I honestly be truly flattered, and I think we'd be really good chums if you did. Anyways, with all that said, I will see you on the next video. Till then.